This is episode 178 of the Rise Up Podcast. We're a morning radio show hosted by Steve and Tim on Family Life, a network of stations across New York and Pennsylvania. This podcast is a weekly conversation designed to help you think and laugh and keep your eyes on Jesus. If you haven't already, subscribe today so you don't miss a single episode. And find out more about our show at familylife.org.
Here we go. It's another new day. You're listening to Rise Up with Steve and Tim on Family Life.
Tim, I believe this is our first guest that we've had on the Rise Up podcast. Is that true?
It certainly is. Chef Nick, so good to have you.
Special guest. Yes,
special
thank you.
guest.
I'm honored to be here.
Yeah.
Special guest, culinary guest. I love that we get to enjoy something delicious that you make every week, Nick, that we get to try and talk about on the radio.
Yeah.
I had like a pretend, here's the thing. It's no secret that I love food.
This is true.
I had a pretend food cooking show when I was a kid.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
We did it on the camcorder.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's called Powers in the Kitchen.
Wow.
We had a little camcorder, with the tape and all that.
Wow.
And I can't remember what I cooked in our pilot episode. I think it was the only episode. But I've loved food for. I think that's how it is for food people. We've always loved it because we've always ate it. Is there a core food memory for you from childhood that stands out?
So there's this running joke, and it kind of goes along with what you were saying. I had an imaginary friend when I was a kid. I was an only child, no brothers or sisters, so I had an imaginary friend. He was Charlie the waiter.
Wow.
Yeah. And the running joke here is because when we would go out for dinner as a family, my mom and dad and I, it would be without fail that my food did not arrive at the table.
No.
So mom and dad get their food, little Nicky doesn't get his food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, there's a problem in the kitchen. And then Charlie the waiter just happened to appear somewhere out of nowhere.
Wow.
So, it was like, it happened often.
So Charlie helped you cope with the disappointment of someone not bringing you food. You thought, I'm going to will someone into existence.
Exactly.
Who always brings me my food on time.
Yeah.
Man, was there a parent who was the cooking one, particularly between mom and dad?
Mom definitely was. Mom did most of the cooking. She still does. She loves to cook from scratch, homemade, but she's also the freezer queen. So she will make up a few, entrees and then throw them in the freezer and then just, heat them up real quick. So,
yeah.
It's good to have one because too many cooks spoil the broth, I've heard. Too many cooks. So that's why I always hear phrases with food in it.
Well, we don't want spoiled broth now, do we, Steve?
I'm not sure who spoiled the broth, but it was one too many cooks.
It was one of those cooks.
Yeah, so it was good.
It wasn't Charlie the waiter. I know he didn't spoil the broth.
He'd have egg on his face. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
More food.
more food.
We do talk about food a lot, which I guess is another thing that's close to our hearts as Christians, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I obviously everybody eats food. I get it. But we gather around food, and this is part of who we are.
Yeah.
Do you ever what's a deeper way you take that as a Christian? What food means, really, what God's plan is for food?
Yeah, absolutely. I think food has multiple layers, which is so great. You could have something so simple, and it sustains you. You can have something that's more complex, and it really feeds you. And there's just so many different layers of food. It could be something casual. It could be something, really fine art. It could be something that's, I can't even imagine how that works. How is that like God, where he comes and he blesses us and sustains us, gives us our daily bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's these times where just he's working miracles. And wow, I couldn't even put that together. And then God just does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the proof's in the pudding. With that,
I know how to make pudding.
Look,
But,
I wanted you pointed out, and I'm surprised you didn't jump on this food word, Steve, with layers.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay, it's obvious why I would. Lasagna is my favorite food.
That's true.
Let's just be honest. But here's another thing I think food does too, and Christians get this. Lasagna is often the one that gets brought to somebody, when you need a meal train. Why? Well, one, because lasagna is objectively the best food ever.
Well,
so that's the best way to show somebody that you love them.
Take that with a grain of salt.
There he is again with another food thing. But bringing food to someone who's recovering, or a family that just had a baby or whatever, bring it. It's such a way to show care too. I feel like having a meal cooked for you, having a meal ready for you. I don't know that I know I'm not the only one to feel like you feel loved through food. And that's a big way that we do communicate that.
So that happened once to me a number of years ago. I actually, my father passed away and I had to go in for surgery the very next day. And the surgery was planned. We knew about it. And there was a couple of people who reached out and they were like, hey, do you want to, want us to put like a meal train together? And I'm like, no, it's really not that big of a deal. It's okay. And then my father passed and then I had the surgery and man, just, the people that showed up, it was just, that was Christ. I mean, they brought dinner for weeks and just the love that was felt there was just unparalleled. And it's nothing that I wanted. I'm like, no, I got this. It's fine. We got this. And then people just kept blessing us. And it was delicious food. It was nutritious food, and it was just so humbling, really.
Church potluck, dish to pass, whatever you call it. That's, we gather around food for fellowship and so much of that in the Bible as well.
Exactly. There is. And I wish I was one of these people who could study the historical context and know all that. But I mean, even just in God's word, you see, of course we know that we're to love one another, and food, as your own story shares, Nick, is one way we do that. But even especially in the Old Testament, a lot of these times that God wanted his people to remember were marked by, there were foods for them and stuff.
Yep.
And it just, to me, it goes to show something of the kindness, the creativity, and really the joy of God. He's kind, he's creative, he's joyful in that food is part of his plan. It's not an accident. He wants it to taste good.
Yeah.
He wants us to remember special occasions by special foods. And I'm just so glad that gets to be part of our life and part of our faith, that it's not this, no, abstain from this joyful, pleasurable thing. It's God made it. It's good.
Nick, the difference, because you've been a chef for a long time, but before you came into a ministry setting, just the difference you felt cooking for the public versus, in a non-Christian setting versus a Christian setting. How do you approach that, and how different have you felt with those two things?
Oh, it was night and day. I've been in food for close to 30 years now. And all of that, besides what I'm doing here at Family Life, I've been here for just over 14 years now, has been in the secular world. And kitchens are not really a great place to show love and compassion and kindness and self-control.
A lot of emotions going on there, right?
And there's high stress. Yeah. It's, margins are tight. You're working with loads of people. And so when I came here, the job I had before this, there was animosity in the kitchen. And no matter what I tried, it was just one team fighting against another. And just undercutting each other and attacking each other and purposely messing people up. I'm like, guys, that's not why we're here. We're here to cook food for our customers. And then literally the light switched and I came here and whoa, food's important. That's my job, but that's not what it's all about. I'm a part of something. I'm not the main attraction and I'm more than okay with that. But just we come together, we have a bunch of amazing volunteers to help us out. They want to be here. The staff people want to be here. The customers want to be here. And it's just, night and day.
Right.
Have you given much thought to what food could be like in heaven?
Oh, it's all going to grow on trees. There's going to be a lasagna tree and a banana tree. Oh, wait.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And tuna fish trees. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but
Wow.
No, absolutely. How awesome is our God and how creative is he that, we could just have bread every day and that's going to fill us and, give us all our nutrition. But there's so many different layers of things and just doing, so much creativity for our own personal use of just being able to try different ingredients and combinations. It just goes back to show how God is so creative. He could have made one flour and we could have been, no, there's the flour, but there's how many millions of different kinds of flours, Yes. That's the same thing for food.
I love that.
Well, Nick, thanks for honoring God and using your gifts. As you said, you've used them before you came to Family Life, and you use them well. Makes it look so easy, doesn't he, Tim?
Yeah?
Yeah. Feeding.
Oh, you know.
Feeding the multitudes.
People, that's fine.
Right. And just the calm and the meter. So we appreciate you. Make it look like a piece of cake. And I'm not trying to butter you up or anything.
Oh, no.
No?
Well,
You're trying to get more food out of this.
he's like as cool as a cucumber back there.
He's going to milk it for all it's worth.
Okay. I think I'm done. Thankfully, everybody said amen.
We hope the rest of your day is just as much fun as this. You're listening to Rise Up on Family Life.
You've heard it. Maybe you've done it. You're trying to get your kids' attention, and what comes out is Baxter. Jessica. No, wait, David. You just called your son, your dog, and your daughter, your cousin, and now no one's listening because everyone's laughing, including the dog. The dog's laughing, too. Apparently, what happens, our brains store names in folders. So all the family members go into like one mental file folder.
Yeah.
And then you go reaching into that name, and the brain's like, well, close enough. Let me just grab one. And honestly, I think God understands it. He knows we're a little scrambled sometimes.
Yeah.
But thankfully, he never mixes us up. Isaiah 43:1 says, I have called you by name,
Yes.
and you are mine. So, next time you yell the dog's name at your teenager, just smile and says, God still knows who you are, even if my brain is still buffering.
It's Steve and Tim helping you to rise up on Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
Hey, it's a hot day. Let's all get together and go out for
Ice cream.
a frozen dairy dessert, actually. I mean, that's not like a title that ever got anybody all piled into the minivan. Like, hey, frozen dairy dessert. No, but what you call it matters. And it really does in this case because they are different. There is a difference between ice cream and frozen dairy dessert. It's a matter of regulation. You can look at it on the label there.
Wow.
So in this case, it's like the milk fat content, like basically how rich and tasty it is, and the dessert to air ratio. If it's off, if it's a little more whipped and fluffy and stuff, it won't be ice cream. It'll be, as the FDA would require it to be called, frozen dairy dessert. Oh, so yummy and exciting. A tasty little reminder that the words we use, they actually do matter.
Okay. Porcupine burgers are still called porcupine burgers, aren't they?
If they're burgers made of porcupines.
I just made it up. Don't worry about it.
Sometimes there isn't a response to some of the words that we use.
Sometimes you shouldn't use words.
May the blessings of the Lord be with you in all that you do today. This is Rise Up on Family Life.